My first eMTB race is in the books. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my first race day experience, what I've learned from racing these 3 stages, including what to practice for, which assist mode to be in, to refueling, pit stops, as well as a few details that made my race day that much smoother.
1, go.
Push it. Push it. Welcome to Senator Frankie's eMTB Adventures. Before we begin, I just want to let everybody know that this is not expert advice. One race does not make me an expert in racing at all. And these are just my observations and suggestions that I have found that helped me ease my way into my first day of racing without being extremely intimidated. So with that being said, let's begin with today's video. So let's talk about the 3 stages and what I've learned from these 3 stages. So the first stage is Renoa Flow. Second stage, ladders. Third stage, Mako. So I didn't get a notice from the race coordinators telling me which stages were gonna be on race day. The way I found out which stages were gonna be was when you get to the race, they'll have a little form at the registration telling you exact which 3 stages are gonna be stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. And they also tell you the exact drop-in order. And of course, e-bikes were dropped in first. What I did to help myself was take a little picture of that form. You keep that on your phone so you remember the exact drop-in order, because I had a few people ask me, okay, where, who, and what, and then it was helpful to have that on me. So my results, I got 4th place, which I am pretty excited about because I thought I was gonna be worse than that. In the category 2, category 3, there was about 7 people. 4 out of 7 isn't too bad, especially my first time racing. Of course, the e-bike group dropped in first, and we finished the whole entire race within about an hour and a half, which is fairly fast. So every stage we dropped in, e-bikes were on that first to drop in list. When we finished our first stage, it was a lot quicker for e-bikes to get to the second stage, and so on and so on. So there's only about a handful of us. There's about 7 people who registered in the category 2, category 3, and there was only about 2 people who registered for the e-bike open. It really made it less intimidating and a lot easier to manage in the e-bike categories because there's a lot less people that you have to contend with, so it's easier to manage, less intimidating. Let the faster riders go first, or the people who are more experienced go first. Coming in at 4th place, I really think I could have shaved off a few seconds, especially in the flat sections. I never really practiced pedaling outside of the assist zone. And once you hit over 20 miles per hour, the assist sort of stops and you feel that motor lag, and I didn't anticipate this much pedaling. So when I was pedaling in that zone, I felt gassed extremely fast. I think I really need to go back and work on that. So this is where I think the lightweight e-bike could prove more effective, because in these flat sections, these lightweight e-bikes are more effective at sprinting and more effective at pedaling, less lag. I really don't want to play the equipment game, because it is really due to me not being prepared for this much pedaling outside of assist. So all I really have to do is go back and practice my pedaling. I also screwed up on a few sections on ladders. I went into the take it easy mode path just to finish the course path kind of mentality, which really is not the best thing to do. So there's one left-hand corner which is pretty loose. You have 3 choices. I took the bad line, which is pretty blown out. Then there's the outside berm, which may give you a good amount of exit speed. Then there's the best line choice, which is the inside line with a small catch berm that can give you a good amount of exit speed as well. Again, it comes back down to, did I practice enough to get ready for the races? I did not. My suggestion to you as a beginner is take whatever is comfortable for you during the race. Try not to overthink it. And speaking of overthinking it, there's a couple of sections on Mako and ladders where I actually sat down to try and adjust for that perfect foot placement. Most of the time when I drop in, my lead foot is in the correct position, but when I get in my right foot, I always try to adjust for that perfect placement, which really it just overthinking it way too much, and I shouldn't have done that because it really just added a few seconds to my runs. So I want to take this moment to ask you guys to hit that like button. It'll definitely help my videos to get noticed on YouTube and to get us over 1,000 subscribers. So which assist mode should you be riding on the entire race? We're talking Eco, Boost, Trail, and no assist at all. There's a couple of sections on Mako where I just completely switched to Boost because you wanted that extra punch And there's a few sections on the fire road that I actually switched to boost because I knew there was a whole bunch of flat sections and I wanted to conserve my leg power. So I actually switched to boost instead of riding in trail. I have not tried this, but I've started to think some of these flat sections, when you're actually already going beyond 20 miles per hour, you're already beyond that assist zone and you're still pedaling. Probably we want to switch the entire assist off so that when you're pedaling, you don't feel that motor lag. To get rid of that lag, you need to really be at 20 miles an hour and over. And to have no assist is probably beneficial, but I believe that's more of a pro type of move, because if you go under 20 and you need that assist, you'll have zero assist. And being in that mode, you probably have to boost all the way up. So that's like 4 buttons. And honestly, that just makes button management even more complicated. I would say for an intermediate rider, for a beginner rider, let's just not think about no assist, because that could prove a little bit more difficult. Hopefully this weekend I'll go out there and practice a little bit more and see what the flat sections will bring me. And if I have any success, I'll let you guys know. I came up with a refueling strategy. My wife, Ellen, was with me the entire race. She was with me at every single stage. She had her pack. Her pack was full of water, food, and everything else. Cold water too. That was pretty beneficial for me. I knew that once I dropped in, when I start climbing back on the ambulance, I'll meet her up, she'll meet me up, and then I can refuel, which helped me a lot. I didn't have to go back to my car. I think it was a pretty good strategy that I came up with. Hopefully that's not illegal. I also parked my truck close to the ambulance, which is the fire road up. And I kept a few tools, tire levers. If I ran into a flat tire or anything else, I can just ride closer to my truck, closer to the ambulance. I can get everything done and then just head back up to the race. So pit stops. One of my viewers asked, are there pit stops? Are there food? There is one water section. There's one water area at the bottom next to the podiums. It's next to a big container. And there's water at the end of the fire road where you see those big jumps. There's a HT tent that has water. And there is no water between that jump and the fire road to ladders or the fire road connecting to Matco. So if you're finishing your race like on MagnaFlow and you're heading over to Matco, I'm pretty sure there is no water in between. So have that little small bottle of water. Every time you get down into the bottom and you head to the podium area, there's always refueling stations. There's restrooms, 5-star restrooms at Vail Lake. So my final thoughts, if you have not raced before, I really recommend doing it. The drop-in, the exhilaration of the countdown, just hurrying up to the next stage. The adrenaline is flowing all day. That itself is completely worth entering the race for. And there's something about focusing purely on just going as fast as you can. Nothing else is in your head except just trying to go as fast as you can to the finish line. It's really hard to explain that feeling. You'll just have to experience it yourself. It's a great feeling. It's a fun feeling. And I had a great day. And I look forward to the next one. The next one is a 5-stage enduro. All of my strategy might be a little bit different. I hope everybody enjoyed today's video. If you made it this far, please consider hitting that like and hitting that subscribe button. Also, hit up my Patreon page and support my channel via my Patreon. It's only $3 a month. And with that, you also get monthly group rides. And I hope everybody learned something and hope you guys can take this video and apply it to your eMTB journey. Please check out my other videos. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.